Good morning, folks. It is time. We have a new update in Skyreacher. This is my alt Cyberboy, and we are building the mega farm on this alt. Let me show you what we've got going so far. We have a double stack of pumpkins here that are sending their pumpkins through the brand new connector over into the brand new input chest that will collect everything from this mega farm. The reason I've set up the mega farm that I have in this manner is it is an efficient use of both the least number of connectors as well as both thinking vertically as well as horizontally to get this together. When this is all said and done, this is going to be a 32 farm combination that's bringing everything into a single chest. I have a different alt that I posted the picture in the island builds yesterday with that farm with everything coming together into a single bucket for 32 farms. The difference is that's much more of a spread out layout. It's more the pattern was more important than being efficient with the number of connectors or things of that nature. So this is going to be as efficient as I can make it to get the least number of connectors to get all of these things going in. So let's take a look at this first stack. This is a standard 5x5 triple layer farm. You see my the underling in there working away to do his farming. And then what we do is we go in at the top of him and go through the bottom of the top stack into the bottom of the next underling that's up on the top stack doing his work. So I'm going to show you an individual. Okay, I just glitched halfway across the map. Let me get back over there. Now, what I've done for the rest of the farm here is I have prepped a 4x4 sets of the bottom layer. It's much more efficient to plant your crops as you build your levels. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I am going to show you the next one. I'm going to manually build it with you so that you can see exactly how I'm building these farms out. And then we're going to fast forward to when the farm is all completely done and we've got all 32 running into there. So I've already built these layers up to the next level. So let's go ahead and get those stacked. All right, we've got that done. Well, let's use my hoe to get these ready for planting, all but the middle square where the underling's going to go. Go ahead and get these planted. The other advantage of going ahead and placing the bottom row is as soon as I make this connection, come on, there, you'll see that watermelons are going to start flowing as soon as he starts collecting them. Come on, don't make me, there we go. We got our first watermelon going through. Now I need to build straight up from this. So I'm going to put one bar there and switch over to dirt. And we're going to build out from that. I do have flight, which makes building a good bit easier. If you don't have flight, just make sure you build your platforms to work on. But we need this to come through the bottom here so that it can get to the next underling when I put it on. Now, this is the bottom layer of the top 3 stack, so I'm not going to put an underling there yet. I'm going to go ahead and get this done and get the first layer of seeds on this. Get those growing a little bit while I build up to the next layer. We are going up 1, 2. That will be the bottom of the next one. And these are blocks, so you don't have to build up to them. You can put right next to them and just continue to build. Now we've got the bottom for you, and I can actually go ahead and put the underling right on top of that little stack, and it's going to be pulling from the bottom. Finish up the rest of his layer. Jump up here. Clear it so it can do crops. I seem to have done too many rows there, so let's get rid of that right quick. Plant in my next set of plants. And this one over here. And finish up that row. Now I have to get up, which I can't do directly on top of there, so I'm just going to go up 3 here on the side and do 1 in, get rid of this excess set of 3, and then we can build the rest of this layer directly above Mr. Underling. All right, that finishes up the dirt. Let's get that plowed. And planted. All right, then. Looking from the side, double, triple stack, everything going into the middle, and furthermore over into the middle over here into my chest. Looking in here, we don't have very many watermelons yet, but then again, the only thing that was already planted previously was this bottom one. I'm well over 1,000 pumpkins that I've done since setting this up a few minutes before I started the recording. Hello. Alrighty then. So that's the plan for how I'm going to do each of these. I am going to shut off the mic, speed things up so that you don't have to go through the whole thing. I am going to record doing the whole thing, but I'm not going to do the talking while it's going because it's just the same thing over and over and over. And then I'll wrap up with the end of the final farm, everything going into the middle after that. And we're going to get you some music in the meantime and see you on the other side. Alrighty then, that's the end of the Borg farm build. I did realize my mistake after the fact. I came back and redid this one that I missed way back at the beginning of my video. So that's done. We can take a look around the entire outside of the farm. Everything is inputting stuff into there. I have pulled out my the seeds and whatnot that were in. So let's see what we have collected since I started this build. So I have collected over 40,000 watermelons. I have collected 86 watermelon seeds. And where did you go, pumpkins? I have collected over 6,000 pumpkins during the time that I was building this mega farm. And so that's a pretty good throughput as far as what's going into the thing. At one time, I had all 32 farms that were being run by an auto seller. But now, because I have everything being collected into this into this chest rather than going to the auto sellers, I get to get all of the bonuses of turning the pumpkins and the watermelons into blocks, which will give me a significant advantage on selling them to vendors or in selling them to other people. So this is a much more profitable way to do your farms, and it is all made possible through the latest update that gives us access to the connectors and the input chest. This is Dr. Papa. It's been my pleasure to show you my Borg farm, and I hope to see you in Skyreacher. Have a great day.